Hi everyone, welcome back. It's not Freaky Friday, but this is part of the Freaky Friday, things that freak me out. I don't get freaked out by making envelopes, but I told you I would do a step-by-step of what I'm doing to create this. So hopefully you've seen part one. If not, I'll link that somewhere in this video. The first part I did is I just covered up my cover for the junk journal, and I went ahead and did the spine. Not that I think it's going to matter in the long run, but for right now it's just looking like, Brandy, you gonna leave me brown, really? So here we are, and this is how it looks. It's really cool. So now we're going to be putting some envelopes in there to put some randomness in there, and the book is roughly 9 by 7 or 8. Is it 7? I don't know. But I'm feeling like I don't want to do a lot of cutting. So on my envelope punch board, I'm going to take some 12 by 12 paper, cut it down to 10 by 10, and make an envelope that's 5 by 7. That's what we're going to say the card is. So it'll be a little bit easier for me. I don't have to worry about this. I'm just going to cut 2 inches off some paper, and I'll come right back. Okay, so I have pulled out this weirdness in itself, and then these 2 pieces, and this is how the other side looks, and this is how that side looks. I know, creepy, but we're going to make it work. So for this one, this is going to be fairly simple. This is 9 by 9, I believe. I cut it down 9 by 9. So for 9 by 9, if you have your envelope punch board, it may be problematic the first time you use it, but once you get it, it's so easy. So 9 by 9, we're just going to look for the 9 by 9 paper that I cut. So right here, it's going to be a 5 by 6 card, which is not, the cards are not important. The scores was what matters. So we're going to score 4 1/4. So we're going to take our paper. We're going to find 4 1/4. Once we find 4 1/4, we're going to put it to that line, and we're going to score. Okay? Now, you may want to be careful when you're scoring, so you can use some spray if you need to, or just a gentle hand. Now you're going to punch. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your scored line and put it right here. And that's all you have to do. The first time I think I tell you this every time I use this. The first time I used it, I was so frustrated. I ruined about 4 or 5 sheets of paper, and then as I'm doing a rant to the wizard, it comes out. I'm like, why didn't it come out the first time? So you saw that I punched it, and now I'm scoring again, and you turn. So sometimes you can't get frustrated. You just gotta be like, okay, it's not me. I'm just not reading the instructions properly. And there you have it. And so we're gonna do the same thing with this, and this is 10 by 10 paper now. So for 10 by 10, sometimes they have multiple little markers on here. Like this one says, this is 10 by 10. It says 4.5 by 8 size card. Then we have this that's 10 by 10, 5 by 7. And then we have another one that's 6.5 by 6. So it just depends on where we are not really putting it in a card. So it doesn't really matter. But you can figure out which one you want to use. So we're going to make the card these different sizes. So we'll do the first one first, this first measurement first. That's 4 3/4. So we're going to take our paper. I'm going to do 4 3/4. Don't look at the paper. It might blind you. 4 3/4. I still question why I actually bought this paper. And I think the only reason why I actually bought this paper is because it was $4. Like, I'm such a cheapskate. And I felt like when I got it, I was like, ooh, this is a good deal. I can do something with this. Look, it has these cut aparts and stickers, etc. And then like 3 years later, I'm like making a series about ugly paper, right? So punch, score, or score and point, punch, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be fine either way. I sometimes get hung up on that little notch. I don't know why. Punch, turn. So now we have this one right here. And if you're off a little bit, you're going to be able to tell. I think I'm off on this one because I cut the paper different than the other ones, but that's okay. this will not matter in the long run. So we did 3/4 on that one, 4 3/4. So now we're going to do this measurement right here, which is 4 1/8. And the reason why we're doing different sizes is because, was that 4 1/8? Let me see, I forgot already. See how bad my brain is? Just 4 1/8. The reason why we're doing different sizes is because it's going to just, I think it'll be aesthetically different in the journal. It'll look cool. What are you doing, Brandy? What are you doing? I don't know right now. I'm just trying to figure this out. 4 1/8. Okay. Score. Punch. See, it didn't score all the way, so you have to be very careful with that. I try, when I'm making cards, I try not to make them so big that they fall off the scoreboard when I need to make a specialty envelope. But you know, you can do this without this scoreboard. You can just take your extra scoreboard and measure it out like that. A lot of people don't even use these tools, but this was gifted to me by Tracy, and I appreciate it. All right, so here we go. All right, so now that we've done that, what we're going to do now is we are going to fold it. And we're not going to adhere or glue it down. And you see right here, I think I may have cut the paper off a little bit. So all I'm going to do is snip it. And I think sometimes you do get these, even if your paper is perfectly cut. I've seen some other crafters say, all I do is just snip it off. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to snip that little corner off. And now we're going to fold. And the reason why we're not adhering it is because we are going to put this in our journal. So it cannot be adhered down on the sides. We can adhere it once we put it in the journal. And now you can even tell if this paper was that unattractive, right? So we need to fix this corner still. Don't drive me bananas. This is a fairly quick project. It depends on how many envelopes you're making. Like if you're making envelopes to invite someone to your parties, and you only invite like 5 to 10 people, quick. This is quick and easy. If you have little ones that can comprehend your order, you know, telling them how you want to get it done. I was going to say your orders, but I'm not sure if you all like that terminology, ordering your kids around. You can have them do that. Now you can see where I snipped it off on the end, so I don't know if I really care for that side being shown, but that's okay. So we have our one. Let's do the next one. And so this is our next one, and I think I have to do the same thing with this one. Sometimes when I cut the paper down, for whatever reason, I always get like crooked or needed adjusting envelopes. So here we go with this one. And you see, now you can't even tell that this was that paper. So sometimes, you know, I guess you can call those the B-sides. For those of you that listen to cassette tapes, you know what I'm talking about. The B-sides of paper. This may be too big, actually. I need to check that one out. I like this one, though. This is cute. Very cute. And then our last one is this. And we're going to leave the burst out. We want them to be shown, and then we're just going to fold these over just like that. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate all of your support, comments, subscriptions. I really appreciate everything. I want to say thank you all for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.